Well, so here's a video I didn't necessarily plan on making, but I went out trash picking last night, got a whole bunch of stuff. As you guys can clearly see, I guess we can start with this bag. This was part of this load. All it is a bowling ball and a bunch of bowling gear. I picked it up just because I wanted the bag. I could use the bag for stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do with the bowling ball, but I have a bowling ball and some bowling gear that probably won't fit me. Also found a folding chair, which is still in very good condition. I found a motherboard, Z170A Asus. Don't know if it still works or not. They only sell new for about 140 bucks, so I don't know if this thing is any good or not, but I'll be looking that up a little later. And now we'll see the back of the Fit here, which, yeah, I did pick up another car. I got this Honda Fit. Still have my truck, but I just couldn't pass up the deal on this thing. Also found a Echo PB200 blower, which has been modified a little bit. Still has compression, haven't messed with it just yet. But I was just in the right place at the right time to pick this car up, and I did. It's a 5-speed manual, and I love it so far. A lot more practical than the truck is, at least as far as gas mileage and size is concerned. But anyways, so the first thing we have here is looks like a portable air compressor. Don't know if this works or not. I'll try it and see what it does, and if it works or if it doesn't work, it's going in the trash. And let's see what else we got here. A bunch of small hardware, just stuff I don't really need or have any use for. These are pill containers, I think. But a lot of small crap I need to just go through and throw in the trash when I need to throw something in the trash. I guess it might be just a little easier for me to bring all this stuff out. I did pick up that pipe as part of a automotive jack, which was there, but it was just, I didn't have the room for it, and it was not in good condition, so I didn't pick that up. Here's a bunch of clamps, and those of you who watch my channel enough know that I have a lot of use for these little clamps, so I made sure to grab these. Go ahead and, in fact, I've actually got clamps that are the smaller brothers of these ones. And then we have a loose bowl of hardware with some broken plumbing in it. Blade adapter for a lawnmower. Some other small stuff. Believe it or not, some of you guys may agree with me on this. These tubs of hardware are almost as valuable as gold, in my opinion, because there's just so many times where I've needed a nut or bolt or screw, and it's really more of a hassle to drive all the way to the hardware store to pick up a piece of hardware you need for, you know, a couple bucks. Honestly, it's a lot easier to just dig through one of these containers and see what you need. So we have a bunch of bungee cords, and what is this, a fishing license? No, it's for auction. Parking tag of some kind. Don't know what this is. Power driver, Black & Decker. Doesn't seem to work. This will probably go in the trash. Don't need that. There's some 2-cycle oil and a spark plug tool. And there's a lot of stuff in these boxes. Radiator stop leak, that'll go in the trash. That stuff will destroy your radiator. Hot glue gun, because I always needed one of them. Some twine, trash. One of these little air compressors, which I have a Harbor Freight version. And then, let's see, guitar stand. My brother wanted that. He was actually with me yesterday, so. And the lady said that this car battery was still good, so I grabbed that. And another thing my brother picked up was this piano stand. He plays piano, and I recently trash picked him a new keyboard. There's also an automotive dolly in here that I decided to grab. It is custom made. It's not an automotive dolly, it's a furniture dolly. Can never have too many of those. And some of you might be wondering why I picked up all of these containers just of random crap. And there is reasoning behind that, believe it or not. I'm not one of the types of people that likes to sit and pick through somebody's boxes they have in front of their houses and just strew stuff all over the place and, you know, just make a mess, especially if there's a lot of stuff. And typically in these boxes, you know, there is a lot of stuff that people throw in there. I'm not going to go through a bunch of stuff and just make a mess in front of somebody's house, because that gives every trash picker a bad name. And, you know, we've kind of already not necessarily looked at favorably in many cases. So it's good to at least show these homeowners that you're not going to make a mess in front of their house that they're going to have to clean up later. So it's a lot easier to do this with two hands, so I'm going to put the camera down and I'll touch bases with you guys again after I get all this stuff unloaded. Alright, so the car is now mostly unloaded. There is these 3 scissor jacks that were in this stuff that I did pick up. I don't really care for these, and I'm probably going to throw them back at the curb, but there is a whole lot of stuff here. This thing, I don't know if it works or not. It's a Samsung DVD VCR. I do have a use for that actually, but if it doesn't work, back in the trash. Now this is that random hardware bin that you guys saw at the top there. And there is all sorts of random stuff in here. Everything from tools. There's some punches here. This one's a proto, but I need to file down the top here with my grinder. Some wire, more punches, more clamps, plenty of drywall screws, flex line for a toilet, a couple tape measures. This one's an old one. I don't know who makes it or who made it. Might be an old Stanley. It says it's made in the USA. Spring doesn't work. Yeah, there's just all sorts of random stuff in here. And honestly, most of this stuff is trash. But it is fun to go through and look through stuff like this every now and again, because you never know what you're going to find. I also found this. No power adapter with it for whatever reason, but it does have satellite radio for it. So I don't know what this thing's going to need. I just picked it up because it was there. And there's a few of these in here. I don't know if these are some sort of inverter or something like that. Actually, this is, you know what? Ballast and lamps. I bet you this was for a grow operation. because there's a few of these in here. I don't need them. But just all sorts of random stuff. Random hardware. Nails, screws. There's two more of these things. Looks like we got some tools. Oil filter tool. Don't know what all that is, but it doesn't look useless or useful to me. Another toilet flex line. Just random hardware. If there isn't enough of this stuff already. And there's a bicycle tube repair kit. So I think that's pretty much about it for this video on trash. I also picked up that fan, that toaster, that 16-gallon shop vac. I don't think I did a video on this, but that's an 8-gallon shop vac. And yeah, I definitely have some stuff to go through and clean up and get rid of what I need to get rid of. And there is also a Zippo Lighter in here, an actual Zippo. There you go. So, even still has flint in it. Not too bad. And then I also found this 3-step stool, as well as this Hoover stick vac, which still works. So that just needs to be cleaned up. And I also just found this. This is a Lindell litter getter. It's a yard vacuum. Kind of interesting. But I don't know if it has compression or not, because the recoil's kind of screwy. But it's not seized, so I'm gonna have to mess with that a bit. But I believe this is a Choke-O-Matic motor. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Probably start working on that first.